There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone. Hello everyone and welcome to SyFy Talk on the Fangirl Zone, a podcast where we discuss shows on the SyFy channel. I'm Sean, Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve, and tonight we'll be discussing episode 9 of season 2 of Krypton.
I can't believe it's almost over.
I know.
Such a good season.
It really has.
And it's amazing how everybody has been talking about Doomsday and how it was so much better than it was in the movie.
Right.
So they did Doomsday really well, and we just keep getting really weird things happening with Doomsday.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is canon or not, but very interesting. But before we jump into that, let's get some ratings news.
All right. Episode 9 brought in a 0.07 in adults 18 to 49 with 0.285 million viewers, making it the 109th rated cable show for the day.
Ugh.
Yeah. A terrible pattern has been developing here. Now, we do have some live plus 7 days. For episode 4, it was 13th in total viewers percentage gain, going from 0.454 to 0.902 million viewers for an increase of 99%.
Nice.
Episode 5 also was 10th in total viewers percentage gain, going from 0.379 to 0.822 million viewers for an increase of 117%. And episode 6 was 10th in total viewers percentage gain, going from 0.371 to 0.816 million viewers for an increase of 120%.
Those are pretty good jumps.
Yeah, they
and
really are.
It's just, I don't know, the time slot that it's in with nothing like leading into it. Maybe they should have done Krypton and Killjoys together.
Right.
Because putting them both on at like 9 o'clock with just like random movie in front of it.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what they've turned into here recently, is just random movies.
Yeah, I know.
And pushing old
These
series on the app.
I don't understand, because this is a good series.
Yes, it is.
And it's like not really getting the really good promotion, because even in San Diego, when I was at San Diego Comic-Con, they didn't have a panel for it.
Yep.
Cameron Cuff was there, but they didn't have like a signing for it or anything. I was kind of surprised. It's like you have a really good series. You have people talking, like I said, about Doomsday all day long, how it was so much better than what they did in the last film. And I don't know. It's like they kind of gave up. They're giving up on so many of their good shows. Now, granted, I am a little bit biased because Steve and I talk about all these shows, but I love Deadly Class. I thought it was great.
I did too.
Which, by the way, Luke Tenney did say he knew exactly what happened to Willie, but he couldn't say.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but the new comic is out, so you should check that out if you're a fan of that show. Right. But there were so many good shows, and now what do we have left? We don't really have many of their shows. They keep coming out with new Sharknado-type movies because we have Zombie Tsunami coming out.
Yeah, tonight. It's just like...
Is it?
No. Not even... No. I didn't watch any of the Sharknadoes. I'm not watching Zombie Tidal Wave.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
But it's like, why is it trying to just do like these cheesy things instead of, I don't know, looking at good shows? I mean, they're bringing back Purge, but we don't know what that series is going to be.
Right. And it's USA's probably footing most of the bill anyway, because didn't SyFy put it on at 10 o'clock or something? At night?
Oh, yeah, they did have it on a weird time.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. SyFy. We love the shows on SyFy. Why are you taking them away from us?
Yes. I mean, canceled just about everything. The only things they haven't canceled over the last 2 years so far is what? Van Helsing and Winona Earp?
And Magicians. Yeah, but even Winona, which was 100% going to be renewed, we had to wait how long because there's a
Yeah.
problem. I don't know. It's worrying me. Come on, NBC. You guys own SyFy. Everything does not have to be on a separate streaming service that you want us to all pay for. We're already paying for SyFy, most of us.
Yes.
Because that's not like in your basic plan on anything. All right. Now that we've got our Krabby Patty session out of the way, let's jump into episode 9, Blood Moon. Zod prepares to strike the rebellion as Seg is reunited with the rebels and Val. Well, I'm going to tell you, this episode really, really had me upset because I'm like, yeah, all right, we're finally together. And I should have known. I should have known things were going to go sideways.
Yeah.
Because nothing's going to be good and happy. So let's start out with Lyda telling everybody what Zod did to her. And obviously they realize Zod would do so much worse to his enemies if he's willing to do what he did to his mother.
Yeah.
Now, I know we were all happy that Lyda was alive.
Absolutely.
But really shocked that Zod would go so far as putting her under this weird plant hallucinogen.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess I feel a little bit better about the whole thing, about how Lyda acted this whole season.
Right, because it wasn't Lyda, it was the clone.
Right. And, all right, well, we have to figure out how to warn everybody on Wegthor what's going on, because Zod obviously is, like, ready to start some crap, and there's no way to get a hold of anybody up there.
Right.
So Dev's like, hey, there's this guy. I know a guy. Which is great because we finally get a little bit more about the skimmer coming into play, about short-term space travel. Thankfully, Wegthor is close enough that we can get there on that skimmer and back. So they can use it to get there, but only a few people can fit in there.
Yeah.
So, okay, that'll help, but who's going to go? Well, of course, Lyda insists on going with Seg, because who thought Seg wasn't going?
Right. Yeah, that was the given. We knew
Right.
Seg was going to be one of them going.
Right, because you can only fit 2, maybe 3 if you squish, but I doubt it. It's like a teeny tiny little econo car. Lyda's like, I can do it. Yeah, Lyda, you're barely standing right now.
Right.
And yeah, that's not going to happen. Dev and Jaina are both like, really? I don't think so. And of course, you know, what's going to happen? Nissa's going to step up. Now, I honestly thought Jaina was going to be the one to do it.
Right.
But I kind of feel at this point, if Nissa didn't, I would have been surprised.
Right.
So she's like, yeah, you guys, I know the tunnels. It's like, you were up there like one time, okay?
But
I
that's
guess
probably more than Jaina or Dev or anybody else.
exactly what I was thinking. It's like, I guess that's more than the rest of them. So, all right, guess Nissa's going. And I was kind of feeling like, okay, are they trying to put this like romance out there? I was hoping not.
Yeah.
Because it just seems kind of awkward, but Lyda's back. Do you really want to get in the middle of that? But then again, we have 1 episode left after this. How are you trying to push any kind of romance?
Right.
So let's head back over to Kandor and Zod telling his Sagittari the enemies have failed to stop us. And they have only strengthened our resolve. It's like, really? Our?
Yeah, he's definitely
Going off on the deep end?
blowing smoke up their ass, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Because he vows to defeat them. And then we'll have the Stellarium, and the galaxy will fear us. It's like, hold on, what? You're getting all tyranny. I thought you were supposed to be like, oh, I'm going to be a super awesome leader. No, you've gone to the tyrant end of the pool.
Oh, absolutely. You're right there next to Hitler.
Right? Listen, crazy. And he's like, well, I will do it for Krypton. And of course, the Sagittari are all like, yes, for Krypton. Because otherwise, they're probably going to die.
Right.
And I think they realize, it's like, well, let's see. I can get my head zapped, or I can just go with it. Okay, let's go with it. So let's go back over to our rebels. And Seg is talking to Lyda as she looks out at the storm, and he asks about the dream. because apparently he was filled in off screen.
Right.
And was it a good dream? Really? Well, I thought Lyda had already said something about Black Mercy giving you like this awesome reality, everything you wanted. So obviously, she's like, yeah, it was great because we were together and we were married and blah, 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 blah. But the awesomeness and the possibilities that could have happened also is kind of what helped bring you back.
Right.
That's kind of sad, actually.
Yes, it is.
Because it's like you knew that you couldn't have this. So that's what eventually broke down this link. Like, oh, my mom was happy and Seg is suddenly back in the guild and he's not rankless and what was it? Kem was there.
Yep.
Like all of these people
Dev
that she knows.
Nissa and yeah.
Right. And then it's like, wait a second, this isn't right.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I can't have happiness. That's what kind of like, oh, that hurts. It like twisted that knife a little bit.
Right.
Like her knowing she can't have what she wanted.
Yeah.
Oh,
because of what she did. She turned on her mom and.
I think just in general, she knew that she couldn't have what she wanted because of the way Seg was.
Right.
Being rankless. That there's no way her mom would be able to get him his rank back and everything would be fine. It's like, oh, ow, that's rough. It's like the more you think about it, the harder it is.
Yeah. A really difficult emotional place to be in.
Right. And Nissa's like, hey, Seg, time to get going. And that's when Lyda's like, I will help you do everything to get Jor back. It's like, oh, that's sweet. But at the same time, I feel like Nissa's like, it's my kid. Don't you worry about it.
Right.
But of course, Nissa was much nicer.
Yeah, she took it well.
Right. And then the next thing happens.
Yeah.
And it got awkward.
Very.
Because as they get to the skimmer, Nissa's like, I'm so glad you have Lyda back because I know that's what you really wanted. And I know she's the love of your life, but it's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, that
but.
Yeah. Here it comes.
I was like, is she jealous? Is it what? She's like, but I think you might be mine. It's like,
Yeah. Don't make him choose.
No, you're the mother of his child, and she's, the love that he's had for how long? Oh, this is rough.
Yeah.
It's like, I was tweeting out the episode. I'm like, awkward.
You're very.
And it's funny because Wallace Day did like that one and retweet it. I think she knew how awkward that moment was. And, she was in a situation where she never thought she would actually, I think, feel love for somebody because it was going to always be some kind of political, reasoning that she got with somebody.
Right.
So, her life has been totally turned upside down in 2 seasons.
Yes, it has.
And then we get them actually arriving to the skimmer where they're like, where is it? Oh, it's really a crappy spaceship if it's not here. It's like, oh, hey, it's cloaked. Awesome. Well, great. There's something else that you didn't know it had. Is that going to be helpful? Probably not.
Probably not.
Oh, where should we go? Oh, let's talk about Doomsday. I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry. I'm ugh. I feel like I'm all zippy. I have the zoomies in my brain. Sorry, guys. Doomsday. What is happening with Doomsday? So we find out that, we may not have enough Black Mercy toxin to really keep control of them. But Zod apparently is like, no, that's plenty. We pretty much took everything there is. Release him. It's like, is this a good idea? Maybe if he kills Zod, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And poor Liz is there like, dude, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It's like, you were super screwed being there is all I'm saying. Sorry, darling.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how they suddenly give this, Black Mercy toxin and Doomsday is going to be all compliant to Zod all of a sudden. I feel like he would recognize that symbol and still be super pissed at him.
You would think so.
Because they didn't really explain this because, he's like Neil and Doomsday does. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's like, okay, now how, if the Mercy gives you this happy memories, then yeah, I can see him thinking about his wife and being with her and the way they were.
Right, but why does that give Zod control? I don't understand that.
Right. Unless it's just because Doomsday is like, oh, well, if this guy can give me these type of thoughts, then, I'll do anything for him.
Oh, maybe.
Because for how many centuries has he been just
tormented
everything type? So it may have been just the psychological change that gave him just enough peace to say, yeah, this guy's got something special. So whatever he wants.
Maybe it's like, oh, you're my dealer. You're going to make me happy.
Right. I need more drugs.
Yeah. I just feel like they could have explained that a little more.
Yeah. Been nice.
Right. But instead we get to go back to Dev and Jaina and Lyta, and we find out Lyta's running a fever because of the virus that the Black Mercy left in her system. And it's like, oh, hey, let me go get some Hantha root because we use that sometimes. And Jaina's like, yeah, Dev, go do that. What? I mean, I feel like this part kind of wasn't necessary. Like, they could have kind of skipped it. Like, oh, she's running a fever. Oh, I'll go get something that helps. Like, I felt like they gave us a little too much information here and not enough in the last scene.
Right.
Maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
But we have Lyta waking up and telling Jaina, I dishonored myself. I shot you. I chose him over you. Talking about Zod. Drew Zod. And she's like, no, you didn't make the wrong choice. Everybody would have done that. Don't blame yourself. Except, somewhere Jaina's like, well, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But you know what? We can make a new legacy for House Zod. Oh, let's make up. And it's like, that's great. But I kind of feel like they would have been all like happy and made up whether they'd had that moment there or not. I feel like I'm dissecting this one a lot, but there are some parts that I feel they could have expanded and others they could have squished down.
Right.
Let's go to Wegthor! Pew! On our little ship. Okay. Seg and Nissa arrive and they meet Val and yay! You're alive! Val and Seg are happy and hugging but Seg's like, oh yeah, Zod's sending a fleet. It's like, crap. But where'd you get this information? Because I don't know if I trust Nissa. It's like, yeah, you know what? I seen it. So relax.
Yeah.
And Val's like, oh, okay. Well, let's go secure these points of entry. And hey, look who else is here. Adam and Chem. Yay! So suddenly we have a bro sandwich hug happening, which was so cute.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they're finally together. And like I said, in that moment, I should have known.
Right.
It's like, oh, something's not going to happen or that I want to happen. Bad things are coming, which of course we know bad things are coming. But because everybody was happy and other than the fact that Jor-El is gone right now, like everyone's like, all right, we're all alive. We're all together. This is perfect.
We can beat Zod now.
Yeah. And I'm like, somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew things weren't going to be good.
No.
And yet I still had hope.
Yeah. That's what elves do.
They give us hope, damn it.
Even with Doomsday coming.
Right. Outside, a single spaceship lands. Well, you knew that had to be bad. It's like, wait a second. Only one? But they did say they can hold how many troops?
Right.
So it's like, okay. But then Seg's like, wait a second. Something doesn't quite look right with the heat signature. Ah, crap.
Yeah.
Because then we go and we see all these rebels outside. Like, we are going to make sure nobody gets past us. And when the spaceship opens, you have Doomsday coming down the ramp. You know what? This is not good. And they're like, oh, it's only one guy. We can take him. Dude.
Yeah, you don't know what you've getting yourself into.
And I loved everything that was going on Twitter, by the way, because they're like, oh, they gave him pants. This is what the fandom notices. They gave Doomsday pants.
Yep.
And he's walking also like, yeah, all right, it's okay. And suddenly the rebels open fire, and they're like, yay, we destroyed him. It's like, oh, no.
Not even close.
Really? Really? Why are you guys cheering? They send one big dude out and you're like, yeah, we did it. And then it turned into just like hellfire.
Yeah.
Because there's suddenly screams and blood. And did he just step on that dude's head?
Oh, yeah.
Like a ripe melon. It's
Yep.
like, I was not expecting that. There was a little more blood than I was expecting, to be honest. And I was just shocked. It's like, dang, they're showing Doomsday is like, oh yeah, this is fun. I'm just taking him out left and right.
Yep.
And Seg's like, oh, we should evacuate. Let's go take the ship. It's like, well, better than standing here waiting for our doom.
Yeah.
And because you have basically Adam having a meltdown. Like, oh my God, we can't stop him. What are we going to do? He's going to kill everybody. It's like, you're not helping anyone right now, Adam.
Right. But Adam knows what's going to happen.
I know, but still, you're not helping anyone right now. You're having maybe you need a Valium. I don't know, but you're freaking out. And it's like, all right, we need a plan. So evacuate everybody to the ship. Nissa's like, I will lead the strike force so I can get everybody out. And Val's like, really? Can I trust you? Hello, I don't want to die either. Let's get everybody out of here.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, Adam, get the remaining rebels to the ship. Chem, Seg, you can buy some time in the tunnels. We can try to blow stuff up because if Doomsday's going down there next, which of course he has to, right?
Right.
I don't know why you thought that, but okay. All right, we're going to do it. And Adam's like, I can help. Don't put me on the sidelines. I can help you. And Val's like, oh, okay, well, do what I said. That's going to help.
Yeah.
I think Adam was a little pouty, but he's like, you are in charge of getting survivors out there. And then it was like, oh, I'm in charge. Okay, yeah, that works. Quit being pouty, Adam. Why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
This is not the time.
No.
Do you see what's outside? All right. And it's like, and break. Everybody go do everything that you're supposed to do. Okay, this is good. But of course, Seg and Chem are like, yeah, we're going to go do it. But I don't want to really leave because we're finally all together. Somebody knew something was happening.
Yeah.
And Seg's like, oh, it's just like old time. And Chem's like, yeah, it's like old times. Trying to not blow each other up. Okay.
Right. Trying to stop a unstoppable killing machine.
Right?
Yeah. We did that just last week, didn't we?
Right. Oh, yeah, I remember. That was before Brainiac, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Then we get to go back down to our little rebels on Kandor. And we have the Dev give Lyta the drink, the extract to make her feel better. And she asks, what was my clone like? It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Do you really want to know?
Had to go there.
Because he just looked guilty the second she said it.
Oh, hell yes. And I think she saw it in his face. It was like, you didn't.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we kind of became involved. Seg was gone, you were sad, and you were like, hey, rebound. I was okay with it. That's basically what he said. And it's like, oh, ow. And he's like, I had this emptiness that I thought being with you would fill, but it remained. It's like, ow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's rough. It's like the way he said it, it's not even like, I knew there was something different. It's just like, even with you, it sucked. It's like, oh, ow. But thankfully, the awkwardness gets to be broken up a little because some Sagittari arrive outside. And just as Jaina ducks in, and they're like, oh, let's hide in the shadows. You're in an open room.
Right. There isn't any place to hide in there.
Hide under the bed.
Well, we've seen people do that and avoid the daywalkers, so.
Oh, that's true. So Sagittari come in and Dev disarms one, and Jaina is finally there to get kind of grab the other, and they're like, you're not gonna get any information out of it. You can just kill us. And Lyta's like, but you don't have to die. It's like, what? And she knows their names. Thankfully, she's one of those people that learns everybody who she's working with, because that's the only thing that helped.
Right.
Because she's like, he cloned me. He was going to kill everybody because basically if they don't listen, he's going to zap them.
Yeah.
And I think that's finally what got them to come around. It's like, he is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, he doesn't have honor, doesn't deserve your loyalty. And of course, it's like, how can we serve you, Primus? It's like, it was a little over the top for me in that moment, but maybe that's just me.
Right. But you think, oh, this might turn out to be a good thing.
Right.
If
did she plant the seed?
Right. If that word gets around through the ranks of the Sagittari, this could start an internal rebellion against Zod.
Except I feel like Zod zapped so many people's brains.
Right.
Who knows if that's going to help?
Yeah, very true. He might just run all his Sagittari through the brain conditioner before they go out on mission.
Right. Like maybe there's a giant one now. He just zaps everybody at one time. Well, before we go down that rabbit hole, let's go back to Wegthor. So we have reports coming in that Doomsday is basically like damaging everything. Main power grid, all these tunnels. It's like he's ripping through stuff like paper.
Yep.
And Val's like, crap. I have to get a hold of Seg and tell him, just leave.
Right.
It's like, that's not going to go well. And so here I am thinking, oh God, Val's going to die. Oh God, everybody's going to die.
Right.
What's going to happen?
Yes.
But Val reaches Seg. And he's like, I can't detonate from here. And Seg instantly knows what that means.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, I got to do it here.
Yep.
And Adam happens to arrive at the base and it's like, Val, there's nothing else we can do. We got to go. And it's like, okay, we're going to make it out. But Doomsday smashes, I don't know, main wall.
Right.
It was like a weight bearing thing.
Yeah.
And they have a cave in. Because I feel like if Doomsday smashed his way in there, like they kind of implied, they wouldn't be alive.
No.
So he just like running through like Godzilla and knocking everything over.
Right. But you'd think he'd be looking for bodies to rip apart.
Yeah, since he seemed to have some major bloodlust.
Yeah.
But there's a cave in and Adam pushes Val out of the way. Great. And let's cut away from here. Why?
Right.
Thank you for the tension. But we go down to Chem and Seg and their team, and we see that Seg is changing the detonators to a short range instead of the thing that Val was going to do. And Chem's like, hold on a second. What are you doing? So Seg has to fess up. And it's like, okay, this isn't good. Because you just see it in Chem's face.
Right.
And Seg's like, get everybody to the surface. And Chem's like, no, I'm not leaving you. And lo and behold, we hear Doomsday. He is running through that maze like nothing.
Right.
So Doomsday smashes in and firefight happens. But somehow Seg and Chem are kind of knocked off to the side, lying unconscious. And, oh, look, at the detonator is not in anybody's hand.
Right.
Great. And we get to go to the surface, and we see Nyssa being a total badass.
Oh, absolutely. Slow motion and everything.
Yes, which she also happened to reply to the tweet where I'm like, damn, Nyssa, taking everyone out. It's like, she liked that. And she's like, well, girls got skills. So she was doing great. They took out the Sagittarius skeleton crew. And it's like, all right, we got the ship. Let's go, everybody. Get on board. I'm like, thinking, okay, who knows how to fly this thing, though?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's got autopilot. So we go back to Val and Adam, who we see Val kind of digging Adam out of the debris. And it's like, oh, we're both alive. Yay. And Val's like, don't ever do that to me again. I'm old. And Adam's like, I won't. Hey, dude, I can't feel my legs. It's like, what? Is this something that's in the comics? What is happening? And Val's, of course, like, I'm not going to leave you. It's like, okay, great. Now, do we get to find out exactly what happens? No, because we're going back down to Seg and Chem.
Yeah.
That Chem had apparently dragged Seg away. How? How did you do that without Doomsday seeing you? Or did Doomsday just assume you guys are dead? I guess he's not going back looking for survivors.
No.
But it's like, oh, crap, dude, I don't have the detonator. And then you have all this stuff start happening. And my heart instantly started to break.
Yeah.
Because Seg's like, this is my choice. Everybody up there is going to die if I don't do this. And Chem's like, yeah, I understand. And he kind of knocks him in the head and hurries up, runs through this area and puts up a force field. And Seg is like, what are you doing? And Kem's like, you're not the only one that could save people.
Yeah.
And as this is happening, I'm like, oh, no. No. And he's like, you always seem to have a death wish, Seg, but you have other responsibilities. Everything doesn't have to be on you.
Right.
And I'm wondering if some of that is because Adam had talked to Kem back in season 1, how he's the grandfather of like the single greatest superhero.
Right.
And if somewhere, it's just kind of stayed with Kem, like Seg has done all of this for all of us, but he really does have a destiny.
Right.
And, he's like, other people have to step up to save Krypton too. And, you still need to find your son. He needs you. And as Seg is like having a meltdown, I think I start just like, the tears are streaming.
Right.
I'm like, no, we just got you back. And I mean, you just knew about how close they were. They were like brothers.
Absolutely.
Seg's like, no, don't do this. And Kem's like, oh, you remember all the scams we pulled and how great it was? And he's like, I love you, man. And he walks away and what? And Seg is just crying. And I think I'm just like crying with him.
Right.
And Kem makes his way down to the tunnel where they lost the detonator and he just sees the devastation.
Right.
And then when that rebel grabs his leg, it's like, oh shit. Now I'm like, how did the detonator get way on the other side of the tunnel?
Right.
It's like, okay. But Kem does find it. And I thought the whole thing was Doomsday had like found the strongest person and kind of like went down the food chain, so to speak.
Right.
But he turns around and Kem's like, shit. But he had the detonator in his hand.
Right.
And right when you think maybe Doomsday's not going to kill him.
No.
Yeah. Chest or his hand right through Kem's chest, lifts him up, and Kem gives him the finger.
Yeah. Which was awesome.
And I'm thinking, oh crap, he's not going to be able to hit the detonator.
Right.
Because then Doomsday rips his head off. It's like, there was a lot of expletives coming out of my mouth at that moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But then you see the detonator drop and it had opened. So then everything starts going boom.
Right.
It's like, okay, where is everybody?
Yeah.
And you see Val and what was left of his people still in the tunnels carrying Adam. And Nissa's like, oh, yes, okay, great. Let's get on. And Val's like, What's happening? Tell me who's here. And Nissa's like, we have all the rebels and the civilians. And he's like, and Seg? And they're both like, where's Seg? And explosion. It's like, crap on toast. This is not good.
Right.
But Nissa's like, we have to go. And Val's like, no, we can't leave him. Dude, if you don't leave, everything's going boom at this point.
Yeah. This isn't just the caves collapsing.
Right?
This whole moon's going boom.
Yeah, Val's like, I did not calculate this correctly.
No.
But they get inside and they start to take off. And I was half expecting Seg to be running up.
Right.
Like, don't leave me. But he made it to the skimmer. Thankfully, that wasn't in an area that had already gone down.
Right.
Although it didn't want to start. And he had that moment like, oh, okay, my heart. He gets it to start and he flies off as the moon is just exploding left and right.
Yeah.
And you have the rebels watching from the spacecraft as just Wegthor goes bye-bye.
Right.
And it's like, oh, crap. Now, this is awful close to Kandor. So, not just Kandor, just Krypton.
Right.
So, pieces are going to be falling. And I'm like, isn't it all going to, like, really screw up Kandor and Krypton as a whole?
Absolutely it will.
I guess we'll see what happens next episode.
Right, yeah. I mean...
And then, of course, I'm like, and I realize saying this isn't an easy thing, but I'm like, is it that easy to kill Doomsday?
Yeah.
Even though that wasn't easy, they blew up a damn moon.
Right, but...
I don't know. I'm like, I feel like this is too good to be true.
Yeah, way too easy.
It's like, great, Kem is dead. We at least know the rest of our group is alive, but you killed Kem. You know what? You better have killed Doomsday.
Yeah, that better not have been for nothing.
Right? And it's, It's one of those things. Yeah, I was like, oh, Cam. Yeah, like kind of that heaving. And I don't know. I'm very upset they killed him off.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
I keep thinking, okay, Adam still has the Zeta beam. Is somehow he gonna be able to fix things?
Right. Go back in time, come back, make sure Kim doesn't die.
I can only hope, I guess. Well, what do you guys think about the episode? Shoot us an email at sci-fi talk@fangirlzone.com. Let us know what you think. While you're at it, rate and review us on iTunes and every other platform you find us on, because good ratings and reviews help other fans of the show find us. Tell your friends. We do hope you're enjoying the podcast as well. And if you want to just scroll on over to www.fangirlzone.com, check out everything we got up over there. And you always have our contact page, which takes you to all the pages that we're on. So you can see all the shenanigans we've gotten up to as well. And for this episode of Sci-Fi Talk, I am Sean Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve. You are and always will be the best part of me.
And until next time.